Alright, we're going to start with our Publix reset by going through and pulling all deletes. Reading the planogram, comparing it to the item, and checking the UPC. When you are done finding your UPC that matches, rubber band your item together. Put it neatly in a box that is labeled deletes for the store. As you're pulling deletes, you will make holes in the wall to make spaces for the new items coming in, and you will be reusing some of these additional fixtures. This NatureLux tray that is being deleted is going to be repurposed to become your new 3-in-1 Outlast. Pull your discontinueds, rubber band them, and we will now re-tag and re-graphic the tray. All the chips come out, get removed and go in the trash. All tags in the tray, the whole plastic comes out and goes in the trash. New chips are provided in the set, and they will go in according to the planogram.
It would help if...
In your kit, you're going to receive a graphic kit. This store received 2. Do not throw anything away until you are all done and sure you do not need them. Lots of these items can be reused in other stores. This bag right here holds all your plastic inside UPC label. This is what you will replace. Do not ever tag on the tray. Here is your graphic set, and it also has your IDV, Ingredient Disclosure Vehicles. These graphics are generic. They will not all be used in every Publix store, but go through and see which ones you can use. Find the graphic that goes for the new Outlast makeup. Pull the old price off, throw it away. Pull your price label off, and now you're going to get your graphic front off to slide the new graphic in. Good way to know that you don't need it anymore is to throw it away by ripping it and throwing it away. It's an old one we will not be using. Put the new graphic in. Snap it in place. Put your price clip on. Now you're ready to reuse this. And this tray is ready to go back into the set. This is the NatureLux tray. Do not throw it away. It now becomes your new Outlast 3-in-1 foundation. As you're moving each tray, you check the tag inside according to the planogram to verify it's correct, and the product underneath to make sure it's correct and rotated to the front. Get all the new items toward the back and the old to the front. Continue this process all the way up your 1-foot section for spacing. Another tray you will be repurposing is the NatureLux mascara. Do not throw any of these fixtures away because they are very important to your set. This fixture will now become your new Crump Clusher mascara. We will show you how to do it. Inside the box of graphics is your new Crump Clusher Factice. We will show you how to turn this tray into the correct tray. No longer need the price point, so we will get rid of that. Take your price clip off. You will be reusing that. And now your graphic front is going to come off.
Making that look harder than it really is.
graphic comes out. Again, you rip it. You're not going to need it again, not to confuse you if you find it later. You've got a fictisse that is screwed in. We have to unscrew this to turn it into our clump crusher. And there's no need for the screws anymore or the fictisse. It can go in the trash. The green new sticker comes off because obviously this is not new. You are now left with a clear plastic cover. However, it does have 2 holes. Your new clump crusher will cover those holes. We will show you. We're going to look through the graphic box to get the new clump crusher graphic. We have gone to the front of the store and gotten some of the shopping cart wipes. We need to wipe everything down to get the makeup off and any dirt residue, as you know that you're doing throughout the entire set. Take the old labels out, throw those away. Now you've got a perfectly clean tray to start with your new item. Okay, we're going to insert our graphic. The big part of the plastic graphic goes on the bottom. And you slide your graphic in.
Oh, wait a minute. I think this goes on the bottom.
You put the top first and snap the bottom on.
Oop.
Usually get one corner and the whole thing will click. Okay. Now you can see we've got the graphic. We still have our 2 holes, so we need to go get our fictisse and put our fictisse in so our fictisse looks good and covers up those holes. This fictisse they have made different. It actually inserts to where the price clip would normally go. And it covers the holes. Now your fixture is ready to go back on the wall. Ready for tagging and ready to be reused. Another fixture that gets repurposed and reconfigured is the eyeshadow tray. It must come off the wall. The locking bracket is mandatory for all eyeshadow and blush fixtures that are 4 high, 3 or higher. Turn your tray around, and in the back there are some little attaching locks. Hold the tray, get your tray out, and now you have a 3 high shadow tray. Putting the eyeshadow fixture back up, you need to make sure the locking bracket is in place. Slide your tray on. Holding up the lock in the back. Click and secure the lock in the back. Can you show us how that lifts in the back and locks back down? Lifts and secures. Perfect. As you're setting, try and get everything as close as possible to avoid any product hanging over. If it happens when you get to the top, you'll need to go back through and tighten everything up to avoid any overlapping product. One peg hole can make all the difference. And now it hangs perfectly with that one peg hole. For the new nail fixture, you must use the new brackets provided. These brackets have 4 slots on each side. To put the new nail tray up, there should be 3 holes in between. You've got 2. There you go. Additionally, you need an important locking bracket. This all comes in the locking bracket nail tray fixture box. Count up 7 holes and place the new back wall brackets and install the locking bracket. Those feet go on the 4 pegs. That locking bracket will lock into the 3rd row nail tray. Any 2 tray, you do not need the locking bracket. Ensure you've got your feet in at the bottom and the locking bracket up at the top. Don't think it's secured at the top?
Nope, it's not. It is now.
This is going to take a lot of trial and error to ensure your back feet are in and the tray is secure. Do not leave this store without this locking bracket in. The nail polish will fall off the wall. In your reset kit at the store, you will receive an instruction booklet. In this instruction booklet, it gives you directions on how to do the nail tray install. If this video didn't help you, it gives you directions, and it also tells you how to install the nail chips. Most important again is the nail tray installation with the locking bracket. With the Outlast, there are so many new shades coming in that the whole tray has to be reconfigured. So it's best to just get rid of these tags and put a new plastic down and start over according to how the planogram is read. Additionally, these stickers here will have to change to match the item and to match the planogram. And these down here, or up here, which is part of the fixture, up on top will also have to change. You receive 2 of each flavor or of each shade of a sticker to be able to do this. To replace the lip stain graphic that comes with it, there are screws in the back to take the factice off, which is the fake lipstick. And when you put the new graphic back on, you screw it on and just twist, and then this is what the new graphic looks like. As you're tagging, make sure that you take out the old tags if the item moves or has to be reconfigured, as in this blush tray, and put new plastic down and new tags. Another tray to be cautious of is our True Blend Mineral Loose Powder tray. You change out the tag and the chip, but you need to make sure that the tags are all changed. Do not leave in the old tag. The whole tray has to be reconfigured because you're putting in a new shade. Additionally, these items are 2 different prices. $8.49 for the regular and $7.99 for the shimmering. Make sure there are 2 price points on this tray. In your box with your new nail trays come the nail shade graphics. These have a plastic coating on front and just a paper on the back that gets discarded. The part that goes into the planogram is just the number. Well, that's not going to be a pretty one to see. Once the product is in there, you can see that number very good. With the new carded product holder, they are now plastic pegs, and they have the new back wall bracket adapter, and they do have a foot that can go into the old peg wall bracket. This is only if you must do it, because in order to do that, you have to tilt the tray to get it in. If you can, you want to use the new bracket with the 4 holes to get this in. This fixture that holds the concealer might have to be reconfigured from a 6 peg down to a 5, and we're going to show you how to do that. You're going to take the drawer front off you're going to push up and pull out. I'll get it again while you do it. Pull up, tilt it up, and pull the peg out. You can save that peg or throw it away. Right now we don't need it, and now you have a 5 peg. You are then going to put the drawer front back in. And we are going to attach this to the old brackets, and this is where you would need to angle it. The back does not come off. And now you've got your tray to be able to put your 5 items on. If you find fictices or mascara brushes that are no longer in the set, these need to come out and new ones need to be ordered, or just a blank tray needs to be put up. Again, in order to do this, you're going to need a screwdriver. This one needs a Phillips head, and you just turn it around and take off that graphic. This can just go in the trash. And now you're going to also take your new sticker off, put the graphic back in.
No, it's a 2 and then a space.
I'm not getting a good picture here. And now you've just fixed your graphic front. And then you're going to angle the tray back. This is the drawer front, and now you've got a tray. Unfortunately, it has the holes for the fictise.
Come on. I showed both ways.
But once we put the price clip there, it'll at least block it, but we don't have the wrong mascara on there. In order to get the tag correct on the tray, we need to now cut the barcode off and let the price be the only thing on. Put it to the right side of the fixture and the price, and we are done. Up at the top of the fixtures are our carded product holders. As you can see, you can't see the graphic on this one. These have already been flipped, so the graphics are visible. We are now going to show you how to flip the graphic on this one. You're going to unsnap it off the bottom, take the plastic and tilt the graphic out, put the graphic in upside down, and now flip it. And what you're looking at is this bottom. There is a large and then a smaller side. The large goes at the top now. You're going to install your bottom first and click a corner of the top on. When you hear a special clicking sound that it's grabbing, you've now got it installed properly. We're going to watch it go back up. And it works better if you bring it down to your level so you're not struggling up on the top. And now your price point goes back. And your graphics look beautiful. All right, our last item that we're going to do now, we have basically completed the set. We're doing a little bit more tagging. One of our team members is going to take out the checklist that is on the portal. It's got 21 items. We have to make sure that these 21 items are done and literally just check them off as we go. So what we're doing is going through each one of these line by line, and we should have been doing this as we're going. This one says double check your inside reorder tags. If you were the team lead, you need to double check your team members and make sure that they have opened up every drawer and there is a tag. It takes you just a couple of minutes to go through and make sure tags are not missing. If you run across an item that might be missing a tag, or you did not have a tag in your drawer, let's say this item was missing a tag, leave it open so later you can remember to come back to tag this item, or ask the scan clerk to make you a tag so you can cut off the price and put the UPC in here. But make sure every item has a tag. Then you get to check it off. Double check that your graphics are correct. And what we're talking about is that you've put up the new graphic, or that the old graphic matches the product. If it does not, it needs to be reordered. Knowing that if you're not ordering an entire tray, you will not be coming back to put this graphic up. We need to show the store how to put these on. Additionally, if one of these chips are missing, you would have to explain to the store, I'm sending you a chip to go here and this is how it goes in. We showed you how to do the flipping of the carded product holders. Those are your number 4 and number 5. Number 5 is telling you to flip any of the ones that are down here, making sure they have an angle on them. And they all do. And we get to check that off on our paper. Okay. The next thing we need to do is we're checking for outside price labels. We're also checking for pricing consistency. We're at number 6, 7, and 8. And reminder that everything at Publix is a right align. There are no barcodes left on the tag. And you might have some stores that request that you leave the description, which is fine. You also might have some stores that like just the price point. Either is fine. What we'd like you to do is go with what the majority of the set has. There's one item on here that says check for pricing consistency. What we're looking for is if clean liquid makeup for normal skin is $6.49, for oily skin it should be $6.49 as well. In addition, the powder should be $6.49. They might have had a price change and left it at $6.99. So you're checking within the property to make sure that it's the same. This $13.99 Olay item, Simply Ageless, the next one should also be $13.99. Checking for consistency within properties. The other thing we want to make sure is if you have multiple items on a peg, like our Lash Blast Volume and our Lash Perfection, that not only do you have the one price point, but you ask the scan person to scan it and check to make sure that this Lash Perfection is either $7.99 or has its own price point, which we are still going to do. Number 14 on our paper, which it's very hard to read, is product rotation for SPF items, and number 15 is just product rotation. We're going to show you what we mean. We have some items in our set that has sunblock protectant factor, and that will expire. You need to look at each one of these Aqua Smooth makeups and notice right on the back has a very nice expiration date. Which is very hard to see in here, but you can see this one says August of 13. And you're going to rotate the March of 14 to the back and the August 13 to the front.
I can't do that. No, that's price level that does that, or the store manager, assistant store manager.
These all have July of 15, and they're still good. Our Simply Ageless has an expiration date because it has a sun protectant factor. This one's a little hard to see in the camera, but it's not real hard to see in the store. This one is May of 14. We always want to make sure that we're rotating the newest to the back and the older date to the front. That one said September, and this one said May. Checking the last item for out of date.
May 14.
And this one is actually out of date. We have an April of 12. We're going to take a Sharpie. We're going to mark the package so the store knows it cannot be sold, because it's just like a dairy item being out of date. And we will put this in a basket of damages or out of dates. If you have a lot, you can tell the store that these are not to be put back on the shelf. If you were to mark the UPC, they could not scan it out of their system. So just mark the back of the product. With pricing, there's a couple of items that need to have their own special price point. This primer on your concealer tray is $13.99. Why the concealers are $10.79. put the price point right next to the item so the customer is aware. Additionally, in the Outlast lipstick, we have the Outlast top coat that's only $4.79, while the Outlast lipstick is $7.99. Again, put the sticker right next to the item. With product rotation, another thing that we're noticing is these are our brand new packaging for our clean makeup. This one is an oil control, and the old is the silver. We need to rotate that new one to the back. Another thing that you'll notice here is that this one is damaged. It's got some makeup on it. If we can wipe it clean, we will do that. If it's opened and been used, it needs to go in the damages. On your Outlast lipsticks, this is the oldest packaging, the gray or the silver. This is your brand new one with the 24 hours. Anything with the Olympic packaging still needs to be in the front, even if there is a gray package. We need the Olympic packaging to sell. We need the gray to be in front of any with the 24.
So this is cut out. This has a plastic.
Okay, so we'll put the 24-hour in, and then your gray packaging in front. And then this one here is the opposite. The gray has to go in the back. Even though it's older, we need the Olympic packaging to sell. That is a P&G corporate decision for CoverGirl. It's a little bit against our normal rules. When you're done with the set, you step back and look at your spacing, look at your tags, and make sure that everything is shoppable. Nothing is laying on top of a fixture. No product is laying on top of each other. And the base is clean. You didn't leave any tags down at the bottom. Everything is perfect.